taking a break? Don't let the boss catch you.
This is Silvio Tran, setting a new record for the Grand Colonial Bellhops Laundry Cart League. If you're listening to this, you're listening to history. And Daltrey, as we agreed, when I win, you're scraping terrorist shit off the windows for the rest of your contract. And you can stow the fear of heights routine because there's no way you're weaseling out of that, pal. Here goes. That's... Move the box! No, not... No!
don't know what I'm doing out here. I'd rather be over at the canteen.
Excuse me, Gunther. I need to ask you something.
Who in the hell is Gunter? I told you to call me Hunter. Come on.
Oh, right. Hunter, have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here? Might have been wearing my hat.
I can't say I have. I can sell you a new hat if you want. Or some fine, legally obtained hunting supplies. You could go get that mechanical thief yourself.
She's not a thief. She's lost. I just want her back. Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your business, but... Oh, that's not good. Seems I'm running my mouth too much. My mechanical Betty up and wandered. I've been trying to track her, but the beasts make it hard. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go... Betty's just your standard tripod mechanical. Her main purpose is cacao milking, but the only cacaos in the reserve are closed. You being genuine? I don't even want to... Hey, thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her being... If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her.
Welcome to Hunter Legal's Legal Hunter Supplies. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. No, these are supplies for hunters. Boy, damn it. I wish I thought to get... We're better to sell hunter supplies. I've got an excuse. But the Prophet and her retreat don't. I told her what she could do with her aura. Haven't spoken to her since. Hunter supplies. Welcome back. Unusual. This whole land complex is a but I reckon you're asking about people unusual. But she is mighty far in the depths of...
Sorry, but we're a little busy right now.
Lawrence, do you know who you're talking to?
The inspector? That's you? Oh, Law.
Lawrence, let me do the talking here. Inspector, pay him no mind. Don't pay him any mind, Inspector. But seeing as you insist on sticking your... That is, we, misplaced some people on our last tour. Misplaced them in the maws of some local predators. Now we're stuck here wondering how to get their room keys. Might have been Raptidons. I find it hard to tell them apart, especially when my glasses get fogged up. Hey, we all got our priorities. Not worrying about... Anyway, the sooner we get those keys back, the sooner we can make...
Wouldn't you? I mean, the dangers were all listed in fine print on the waivers they signed. We knew sooner or later this was gonna happen. We've got some hush money tucked away.
You kidding? You're welcome to.
Our bosses would want this situation resolved, just like us. We're the real victims here. The dead can't suffer anymore. Did I just hear that right?
We're not out of the woods yet. Let's just see what happens before we celebrate. We last saw the guests deeper in the wilderness, Inspector.
By imagining wealth, I can evoke prosperity.
I'm going to absolutely murder the next quarterly report.
Hello, welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's Private Prosperity Retreat. Least, that's what I keep telling myself. If you felt imbalanced and unproductive, linger in your malaise no longer. Sit for hours in our sweat house and sweat them out. And remember, think positive. Of course, I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to. Of course, I've been waiting on some. Oh, terribly sorry if I gave you that impression. I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the. But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. Oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me. Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor who's... I'm actually not entirely certain. It was a surreptitious visit that stood out because it was surreptitious. Whoever it was must have paid the prophet quite a lot to keep things quiet. At least that's the only reason I can think. Oh, you must have misheard me. I said hi. Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, at first I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what... I was here at the retreat in the company of the other disciples and clients. Which is fine, of course. I do what I do in the service of the Prophet. Certainly. Actually, before you go, I noticed the Prophet dragging something, a bundle, away from the retreat after that high-profile guest arrived. Normally, I'm the one who does her laundry, so it was strange. Especially because whatever she was dragging seemed oddly... human-shaped. I could have, but I generally don't have the time or energy to... The Prophet hasn't been herself lately. But if I misinterpreted... I think so. Had the right size and shape.
I'm going to absolutely murder the next quarterly report.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis suggests this to be a variety of warning, ingesting, smoking, or prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effective, whether or not this increased effectiveness. Analyzing complete. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, hypothesizing potential side effects from herb consumption, most likely
fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I had a feeling you would visit me. I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. We indoctrinate people in the back. With that said, I'd love to involve you in one of my productivity seminars. Yes, I understand the pressure of one's employment, but you needn't worry about how this little conversation is affected. I'm delighted to extend my desire. Oh? I'm surprised. We may have had some terse interactions before. What would you... I wouldn't necessarily say that. The media tends to exaggerate. However, I certainly wouldn't sharpen any sabers over it, if that's what you... I did not. She had no interest in my seminars, and I had no interest in attempting to convert a stubborn act. Well, I suppose that does complicate things. Whatever the case, I didn't care to mention Helen's change in decision I'm pleased that you noticed. The compound they're treated with is my own invention. None of my clients have ever complained, so I'm sure they're perfectly safe. Is there anything else? Yes, that's correct. She made it clear that my seminars were of... Your tone of voice seems to suggest that you have information or... Whatever the case, I didn't care to mention Helen's change in decision. Who said that? I'll be sure to give them a special seminar. It was a bundle of clothing, brother. Even productivity... Perhaps it wasn't clothes, after all. I had a visitor, yes, but as it turned out. But their peers came and collected them shortly thereafter. I'm sure whichever... Welcome. I'm delighted. What? Why, I've been at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for quite some time now, as my disciples can attest. In fact, I haven't visited the Colonials since I arrived several weeks ago. I hope you now realize that I had nothing to do with Helen's demise.
The prophet says to purge...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Identifying human footprints leading out into the wilderness. Scanning. Checking database of shoe sizes, judging by footprint depressions and shoe size. These prints were either made by the Prophet of Profitability or Adjutant Sophia Akande. Error. Recalibrating. These footprints were made by the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected. Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected. Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Judging by the shape of this indentation in the dirt, a person of medium height and build laid here for a... Scanning for other details. Only additional signs of disturbance are... No sign of struggle or evidence of wildlife consumption. Welcome.
Oh, really? What did you find there? Clever work, Inspector. It seems even I can't slide my way out of the trap you've so intricately weaved. I admit it. I killed Helen. By mistake. Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing. After that, I entered a less than coherent state. Do you jest? The guests at the Colonial eat no shortage of strange things. Besides, the hotel is ridiculously far. Laws, no. I hate guns. If I ever wanted to kill someone on purpose, I would have used a blunt weapon. Nothing quite like clubbing someone over the head. I'm no medical professional, but that certainly seemed the case. My productivity-enhancing herbs typically do induce sluggishness. What? Is this some kind of joke? You're an inspector. It's your job to arrest me, isn't it? I don't believe you. I think this is all a trick. You're trying to catch me in a lie. No. Someone must have moved it after I killed her. No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You think I'm going to let this injustice happen? I can't say I'm pleased by being kept in the dark. I hope you'll come to your senses sooner rather than...
Inspector. Ms. Leyva earned that title, but not for the reasons you'd expect. So, tell me. She wants to be arrested. That's not the kind of behavior I expect from a suspect. Does the Prophet strike you as a reasonable candidate for Helen's murder? I'll bear that in mind. Thank you for the update, Inspector. I've